we're going to go over how to perform mass actions. So whether it is a mass email, mass task, mass tag, so on and so forth. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to want to gather the audience that you're going to want to send that mass action or, apply that mass action to. If you have, say, filters up here, or if you create the filters to create that audience generally. So once you've got that audience in front of you, what you're going to do is you're going to select them. You can select all of them. You can go here and go select all. This would actually select all 50 leads here, or you can manually go in and select or deselect specific leads. Once you've selected the leads that you wish to send that mass action or complete that mass action for, you're going to go up here to that mass action section. So here you have a lot of different features that you can do. So kind of just going over each one as an overview, not as an entirety. So you do have the mass email option. So if you were to click on mass email, you can either compose an email right here on the spot, or you can create a template for yourself and select from one of the templates that you created. Now you're going to give that mass action a title. This is for your reference only, and then of course a subject. Once you've kind of compiled all this, you can actually send yourself a test email to yourself to see what it looks like before you go ahead and shoot it off to your database so you can spot any errors that may be in existence. So that's the mass email. Now, if you wanted to send out a mass SMS, same idea. You give it a title, and you can either type your message or you can create your template and or use one template that you may already have, and then you select and send. Please note when sending mass text, it will give you a warning, 200 contacts or less at a time to stay under the radar. Needless to say, you do have a set mass anniversary. So if you wanted to put in, I want to set, all these purchase anniversaries on this day, wedding or birthdays, that sort of thing, you have the ability to mass set those. You also have the ability to select what's going to happen on that day for you automatically. So if you want an SMS sent to all those people, the time, and then the template, or if you want an email going out to that individual, the time it's going to go out and the template, or if you want to create a specific email. Keeping in mind that this email is being sent to, if you're doing a mass action, it's going to be sent to anyone, so do not personalize any of that. Very generalized, maybe just a banner, happy birthday, or something along those lines. So that is how you do the mass anniversary. You can do a composed mass note. So if I do a composed mass note, what it does is in the notes and calls section, it actually adds that note to all of those people. So if you needed to add a note to several individuals at once, you have that ability to do so. The next one that you're going to see here is the mass task. So if you needed to create a task to all of these leads for whatever reason or another, you have that ability to do so. The other one will be a tag. So if you wanted to add a tag to all these people, so maybe I want every one of these leads to get a renting tag, I can go select and go done. It will let you know that it is sent for processing. They will show up upon next refresh. You do have the ability to remove tags from selected. So again, I completed that one, so I'm going to select all of them. So if you want to remove a tag from them, same idea. You're going to select the ones that you want to remove. So if I wanted to remove all the tags basically from all these leads, I could do so. But in this case, let's say I only want to remove certain tags from these individuals and then go. So basically anything that you leave checkmarked is what's going to be removed from the lead. You then have assign select agent. So if you want to mass assign a bunch of leads to an individual, you can tell like who you're assigning it to, and are you assigning these people to them for them to become the main agent? Are you assigning them so that they are the mortgage agent on that lead, or are you assigning them so that they are the listing agent? So you'd select your option and then go done. You do have the ability to change the pipeline. So again, mass quantity, if you want the pipelines for all these people to mark as sold or showing or signed agreement or what have you, you can do that in a mass objective as well. You can delete these selected leads. We do not encourage that, especially if you do have some partial information. It's just a great way to be able to evaluate your entire lead base at once, including the invalid people or the fake people, because it's an entirety of how many leads that you're getting when you're working out conversion rates and all that fun stuff. And if you're only keeping all the golden leads in here, then your numbers are going to be a little askew. You can set the source of these leads. So maybe you got, you've imported a list and they're all your open house leads. You would actually create the source first, but you can then add them so that the source will change. The source on your lead is basically kind of showing right here. So you can see this is Facebook. This is the website it came in on. So if you do want to do mass source, you just go into the settings here and go to sources, and you can add in new sources of where your leads are coming from. You do have the ability to send a listing email as well. So if you are sending a listing email, basically it's just going to send an email similar to how you'd send listings, except for you're getting to select the criteria of what listings. So it's kind of like a one-time email with listings. So you would just select all the, the properties that you would want, or the criteria for those properties that you want. So let's just go, list price. We'll do it really, really small. So there's only a handful of properties, and it's going to go $1 to 300,000. Apparently there's more listings than I thought that fall within that criteria. And let's just go. I don't think that there'll be any in Toronto, but you never know. There we go, some parking spots, it looks like. Got some parking spots. So if I wanted to send all these to those individuals, I could definitely put my criteria and then just send the listings email down here as this green button down here. And you will have the ability to print labels. So the print labels allows you to select your label size that you're trying to print it for. The start on, so basically if you have a grid, let's say, and it is, 3 columns, and the first 2 ones at the top, you've used those stickers already and you want it to start on the 3rd column, then you would change that to, it's starting on number 3. So on and so forth. If you want to include a return address for every label you print, you can. The return address is actually going to pull your office address in your user profile up here. So if you want to change that to show differently on the return, then you would go into your preferences and change and edit your office address in order to do so. And then you basically create the PDF on the label sheet and then you print it. So it's going to pull up the information to be able to send those. And then you have the integration sync. So these are for people that have an integration using a third-party CRM system that you've essentially paid for. So we do have the Follow-Up Boss, the Fusionsoft, and the BombBomb integration. So if you wanted a bunch of people that perhaps didn't automatically sync right away, you can do it in mass and force all those leads to sync into that, external CRM. So if you require any future assistance with respect to these apply actions, please contact support@agentlocator.ca.